Do you think there should be more support from the PA specifically when guys are transitioning out of the game?
Absolutely. I just think there's so many guys that are not simpletons, but just hockey players. And you get out of hockey and you have no idea what you want to do. It's not like most hockey guys can just go step in and work a 9 to 5 like that. That is so non like anything you've done your whole life. It's like you're not going to go put on a suit and tie and sit in corporate America and sit in your cubicle like someone's going to end up getting punched or suckered. It's just like not in your DNA. So it's like, what can these guys do? What can you put a plan in place? And whether that's like, counseling, therapy, or just even just like advisors for ex-players of guys that ultimately didn't make enough just to retire on, or guys that need a purpose that did make enough and need something to do. So whether that's something in hockey or, just like introducing guys into what you want to do. I remember my dad gave me really good advice of right when I was done. It's like, go sit in on some of these things and see if you actually like it. Talk to this guy. You might not want to do that job, but here's a number and it's medical sales. Like, is that something you see yourself doing? Well, talk to Tim Brown, for example, and see what that would look like, or go shadow him or go. I remember when I was first done, I had called Darren Pang, a friend of the show, and I was like, hey, can I just like come shadow you at a game at Mullet Arena? I just want to see you and John Kelly in the booth. He's like, yeah, perfect. And I just sat there with the headset on. I sat one period with him and John Kelly from St. Louis on Fox Sports Net when they were doing it. And then I went one period in the truck and I saw the behind the scenes things. And I did that a couple times. I was like, yeah, of course, this would be awesome to do some broadcasting or whatever. Then I would sit in I would do every podcast and see how I like that. So there's just different things. Like, you just got to like throw yourself out there. But I think a lot of guys are hesitant to start because it's like, it might not be that perfect fit like hockey was, but it's like, you got to play the game. Like, you got to, buy in, go get some chips in the game. See if you like that. If you don't, well, fuck it, pivot over here. But I think the NHL and just the PA in general could do a way better job of help speeding up that process for guys. And I think that's something Glenn Healy and those guys should, if they're doing or trying to get better at, they should definitely put more plans in place, because not a lot of guys know what they want to do.
There's only so many jobs in the media. There's only so many jobs with teams going in and being a scout and working your way up that way and coaching. And for the rest of the guys, like you said, I mean, podcasting seems to be a really popular option right now, but you're right. A lot of guys feel like, well, I got to stay involved in the game somehow. Like you said, that defines me, and people will look at me differently if I don't at least have hockey somewhere in the title of what I'm doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Or if there's a financial advisor, or there's a money guy that's a former NHL player, maybe that is something you really want to go into, and you still have that team atmosphere. It's totally out of hockey, but at least you get that locker room feel with working with ex-hockey players. And to your point there, in terms of just, there's only so many jobs within hockey. It's always funny when guys retire and, really good, illustrious careers, say 700-800 games. Like, I want to be a GM. Okay, well, you're going to have to go scout first. Well, I don't want to scout. Well, you don't just get handed these jobs. You got to get on the road and you got to start climbing the ladder, because unless you're a household Hall of Fame name of the 1% of the 1% of the 1%, they don't just give out these jobs. There's only one Steve Yzerman. There's only one Brendan Shanahan. It's not like they just Wayne Gretzky. They don't just give out these jobs to your run-of-the-mill players. And a lot of guys, I think they think it's going to be way easier just because they do have a great resume, but you still got to grind for whatever you want. And I think that can be articulated a lot better too. I always find it funny. It's like guys you talk to, yeah, I want to be a GM, but I don't want to go on the road 15 days a month. I only want to scout home games. Right. I don't want to go watch American Hockey League games, no college, no junior. Well, you know what? There's no room for you. You're not going to just be, they don't just hand out the keys to you here. So,
hey, more hockey content. It's might be old, it might be new, it might be a full episode, it might be a half episode, but you can click these boxes because who doesn't like clicking boxes?